Happy Money Mondays. Signing in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 5. We wouldn't be here without you. So first off, let's start off by saying thank you. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for sharing those questions around money matters. And I've got something exciting to share with you guys also. We just hit over 100 subscribers on YouTube. So I want to thank you guys so much. Many of you have asked us also, are you on other platforms? We will be on Instagram and on TikTok. We just need to work on the content. But we just want to thank you so much. And let's get into episode 5.
Is it just me? Signing. Oh, Monday's looking blue. Monday's looking blue. What do you wanna do with the money? What do you wanna do with the money? Spend it or invest it?
Signing out. Hey, Mr. Mareki.
Yeah.
I just received a life policy lump sum payout.
Okay.
What do I do next?
Sure. Actually, so many people get lump sums from their life covers or just lump sums in general. You need to know what you want to do and what you'd like that lump sum to do for you. It's either you can purchase an annuity for yourself to get an income from this lump sum, or you can put it away in an endowment structure. It's really up to you. The important thing is knowing what you want to do with this money and actually having a plan, because the money comes in at a quick rate. You don't want it to leave at a quick rate. You want it to work for you. So the easiest thing to do, honestly, is to just get an annuity, get a monthly income, and you know that on a monthly basis you do have something to sustain yourself. But if you're looking for a more long-term growth within this, you can just put it into an endowment and make sure that in the next 5 years you have something that you can say, yo, I actually have money put away and I can start planning again in the next 5 years.
Hey, Liberty guy,
Hey, Thomas.
what is the common money problem faced by many South Africans?
Tom, I'm going to start it off with the simple thing called financial literacy. A lot of us are not engaged and know a lot about how money moves and how to make the best money moves for ourselves, which leads to a common load of other problems. Number one being overspending because there's no budgeting in place, which is what we spoke about in episode 1, which then leads to debt management, because a lot of people just don't understand that you get good credit and you get bad credit, which then leads to making poor decisions and pay. Everyone wants to have a nice time. We call it YOLO. And when it comes to money, having a plan and having longevity, you will never have to struggle with having to worry about your debts and have to worry about South Africa's biggest problem being financial literacy. So in simple terms, I think that we need to be more engaged and understand that there are simple educational methods that can teach you around how to have a better relationship with money. You may not have been born in money, or you may not have been born in a wealthy family, so that's totally fine. But if you die poor, then that is absolutely your fault, because you've got control and you've got all these amenities, social media, and so many people around you that you can engage with, like a financial advisor. But hey, I hope that answers your question, Tom. Hey, Thomas.
Yeah.
What are some common reasons for debt accumulation in South Africa?
I can think of many reasons for debt accumulation in South Africa. I think the biggest one, and the one that we quite all have some sort of a story connecting to it, is basically your clothing accounts. Your gym memberships, your loans, your short-term loans, our mashonisa, these kind of things, they bear interest as long as you leave them there. As long as you're not paying them, as long as you let them go and think, you know what, let me just stop and it'll just sort itself out. And normally that's not the case, because the longer you leave it there, the more interest it earns, and instead of the debt disappearing, it just increases throughout. So that's the biggest thing that we as South Africans struggle with, because now we leave such things to go on without giving it any attention. And the time we actually say, you know what, let's actually look into it, we just go and say, you know what, let me just pay the minimum that I can onto this. And by you saying you're paying a minimum onto it, you're literally just paying something small just so that they stop calling you. But then in the long run, you're actually not helping yourself, because that's just the minimum. That's just the minimum of what they require. What you should be doing is actually working out a plan on how you can actually close the account. Work onto how high or how much you can actually pay, and see how can you actually play around within your budget, within how you can plan out a strategic way to actually go into closing all these accounts. But that's the biggest thing that actually pays into the debt accumulation of South Africans.
Hey, Liberty guy.
Hey, Thomas.
Can foreign nationals invest within South Africa?
Of course, Thomas, of course. Kaofela re batla tjhelete, akere? We all want money. So usually when it comes to our foreign nationals, there's a criteria that's expected so that you are able to start investing and making that money. So let me take you through that simple step, okay? First off, we need a copy of your passport. Now, usually they want a picture of you holding it so that there's actual proof and identification. Then you need proof of residence, as well as your bank account, which has to be South African so that we can actually exchange the money whenever you need to do withdrawals or to do ad hoc investments. Now, also, what's a very important thing is that the foreign national needs to have a work permit. That way, we know that SARS is able to know that you are here legally and that you're being taxed accordingly, because your tax number is also going to be needed when doing the application process for your investment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do understand that when you invest, you're not bound to just South Africa, because you could be a South African who's working abroad, or you could be someone like a foreign national who's working in South Africa, and those requirements are still the same. You can be anywhere in the world and tap into your money, because while you're sleeping, like the Bill Gates, the Mutsepes, you are making money.
Mr. Mareki,
Yeah.
how does debt impact South Africans' mental health?
Sure, this is actually such a sensitive topic to many South Africans, but debt is actually something that's real. You can't run away from it. As soon as you start saying, I work, I want to create a credit score, us as South Africans have this tendency of, going out and opening all of these accounts, taking up loans, just so that you can build your credit score. But then at the end, sometimes that doesn't really play in your favor in the long run, and you find yourself in debt. The mental health of this is such a touchy topic. Us as South Africans go through the most when you're in debt. Your phone rings non-stop, and I mean non-stop. From the morning all the way till night, your phone's ringing, your creditors want their money, because in all honesty, they did give you the money, so you have to pay it back. And now this creates this position where you find yourself in depression, where you find yourself anxious, you can't do anything, because at the back of your mind, you know that there's someone out there who's actually waiting for their money, and this is where we as financial advisors come in and help, because not only do we give you plans and strategies on how you can actually tackle this debt, we actually that shoulder that you can cry on, and you can speak out and you can ask the questions that you need to ask, and we actually map out a way for you to get yourself out of this hole that you've dug. So it is something that's very touchy. Like I said, it's not as easy to just come out, but the first thing you can do for yourself is just come to us, come to a financial advisor, ask for advice, seek advice, and we can help you from there on. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you've made it this far, thank you. Let's clap your hands for you. Let's go. If you made it this far, then you're actually one of the lucky ones who actually get to hear what we actually offering for the first 5 people who comment down below. Money Mondays, we will give you a free financial needs analysis. That's right, a free financial needs analysis, so that you know where you're standing financially, and that we can help you and just show you that, hey, this is what you should be doing, this is what you shouldn't be doing. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching till this very point. And remember, signing out.
What do you wanna do with the money? What do you wanna do with the money? Spend it or invest it?